part of this presentation today. My name is Andrea, and I am the president at Kik. We help corporations to attract the right prospects to their websites and to their social media networks. Our job is a lot of fun. We also use automated marketing software to help us execute and evaluate the strategies that we implement for our customers. So this is perfect timing, so we can actually show you some of the best practices and what we see as working best for small and large businesses. We are going to show you why marketing automation is more important than ever and why you need it in order to grow your business as of today. So why don't we get started? Let's see. What is marketing automation? This is a very simple explanation of what it is, and it sounds a bit robotic, and if you're not doing it right, then you are sounding like a robot, but I'm going to show you what to do so that this doesn't happen to you and your business. So the meaning of what is marketing automation is this. It's basically a software platform that is designed for businesses to automate repetitive marketing tasks. It sounds really boring, but when done correctly, it is a beautiful thing that should bring you lots of business to your website. Okay, but why is it good for business? The reason that marketing automation is fabulous is because it helps you to stay connected and relevant with your current customers. Often what happens with businesses is once they have the sale, they kind of forget to continue the conversation with them and forget to continue the education process. But we need to remember that those customers have or will have many more alternatives to buy from other people. So it is very, very important that you stay connected, and marketing automation helps you to do that. The other reason is because, who doesn't want this? It will help you to attract a lot more new prospects. And it will also tell you and help you to know what marketing activity is working and what is not working. So you can self-correct very, very quickly. And of course, it will help you to run your business much more effectively and on a schedule. So for a small business in particular, if you don't have a lot of staff and you have an automated system and you have it on a schedule, and let's say that you need to change staff members, this would help you to run your business smoothly in the future. But now, should businesses implement marketing automation? A lot of people ask us that question, and in today's world, it is an absolute must. You cannot really run a business effectively and be found online if you don't do this right. But let me show you some of the reasons why this has become even more important, and it will be becoming more important as time goes on. We found a very good statistic that will help you to paint a picture as to what is happening with consumers. Consumers now will manage 85% of their relationships without talking to a human by 2020. That is an enormous number of people who are going to be doing a lot more research online to make decisions on products and services. So if you're not educating your audience as they're making their buying, making decisions on their buying purchase, you could potentially be losing out to your competitors on a regular basis and eventually go out of business. So if you don't design your website to attract the right individuals and to help them through the buying process, as the internet becomes more and more important and social media, it will be much harder for you to do business online. So now, let me show you some of the best practices that you need to keep in mind when using marketing automation software. We call this the 10 Commandments of marketing automation, so why not have a little bit of fun with this? And these are the 10 rules that you must keep in mind. They were developed by our partner Hubspot, who is the software that we use right now for all automation. So let's start with number one. Number one means 100% customer focused, and what this means is that all your marketing efforts need to focus on the pain points of your customers and not necessarily the messaging to be all around you and what you do for other people. You really need to have an understanding of what it is that you're trying to solve for other people and ensure that the messaging is very clear on your website, on your social media channels, and on everything that you do. Commandment number 2, we thought this picture painted a great image of what not to do. Number 2, your marketing automation should be pressure-free. Long gone are the days where pushy sales tactics were necessary to get someone to purchase or to contact you. Today, it's you need to be very careful at what time and what time of the touch point of your website or your social media channel you need to apply maybe a little bit more pressure to encourage somebody to download an ebook or to sign up for a webinar, for example. So this is a very, very important point that at the beginning of the conversation, you need to make sure that it is very pressure-free. Commandment number 3, marketing automation should support the internal sale. And this is where you as a business need to remember to become the educator. Here is where you need to remember that your content needs to help your prospect through the buying process. And your prospect is not always the person that is making the final decision. So it is critical that your content contains various pieces of data and information to help other people in the buying process to make that decision and to help the decision process and push it forward a little bit faster. So you need to keep in mind that if, for example, you have, let's say it's a secretary that has contacted you through a contact us form, but it is the chief financial officer who ultimately makes that decision. You need to make sure that the content that is provided on your website can reflect both people's needs. So what the secretary is looking for and what the chief financial officer is looking for are very different things. So be very aware that you need to keep that in mind when you're developing your content. All right, commandment number 4. Marketing automation should be part of an integrated inbound marketing strategy. Now, today we don't have a lot of time to talk about inbound marketing. That will be part of another webinar. But what inbound marketing does, and the concept of inbound marketing is that you want to develop remarkable content to attract your dream prospect to your website and to convert that prospect into a customer. So that in itself is a whole lot of work, to be quite honest with you, but it is work that is very necessary in order for you to put your money in a way where you're going to get a great return and not waste money just doing automated marketing that might not be efficient at the end of the day. Okay, number 5, commandment number 5. Marketing automation should drive repeat purchases. So you want to make sure that people don't forget after they've purchased from you once, whether it's a product or a service, that this is why marketing automation is so critical, that you keep in touch with those people and that you understand that after they made the purchase, what are some of those triggers and pain points that they might still have that you need to ensure you're addressing so that they can continue to come back to you for information and education. All right. Number 6, if you can achieve what this picture is actually showing, I mean, this lady, look at her, she's doing her exercises and she just couldn't wait to read this book. What does it say? I'll save you, Bobo. And if you can achieve this kind of love for your marketing materials where people are taking your marketing materials wherever they go or on holidays, then you know you're doing a phenomenal job in developing content that people are really excited about. And this is the whole point of automation, that even though it sounds very robotic, you want to make sure that people are very interested in the topics that you are writing about and that you're giving them really valuable information. Number 7, marketing automation should be multi-channel. So this means that, I mean, in today's world, we know that consumers are going to very different channels, various channels to consume information. You want to make sure that you are there where your audience is there. One of the things that I would caution businesses to do, especially the small businesses, is that you don't need to be in every single social channel that there is, because you have neither the time, probably nor the money to do so. You need to be where your customers are. So it is critical that you do the homework and figure out, where Susie, the office manager is actually consuming information, and that you're only participating in those networks and that you're doing it really, really well. I love this slide. Marketing automation should reflect interest, not just action. So what this means is that the beauty about marketing automation is that in some ways it makes our job easier because things have been scheduled and they've been automated. But what you have to remember is that you really need to analyze the information as it comes in. So that, let's say, somebody continues to download ebooks, but they're also visiting other pages of your website, that you're very clear as to what that path is. And if there are certain pages on your website that are not getting any traffic, either you revamp them so they are phenomenal, or you just remove them because they're just noise and they're not really creating any value for your audience. So it is critical that you evaluate the information on a regular basis and that you're catering to what people are consuming online. And the other, number 9, the commandment number 9, marketing automation should be accessible. So now that there are so many different browsers, it is critical that you hire great programmers who do a good job for you and ensure that all of your efforts on your website and your social media channels, they can all be viewed in every single network or browser that is available to date. And make sure that they keep them up to date as well. And the last commandment, marketing automation should be cross-platform. You can tell that with the picture of the family here, clearly the content that they're looking at doesn't look like it's making them happy. You don't want to have that kind of a reaction to your content. You want people to be glad that they received an email from you, and you also want to make sure that they can see it on their mobiles, on their tablets, that they can see it on their computers. And we're happy to actually say that the partner that we are working with our software automation, they're making some great strides in making it very, very easy without even necessarily using a programmer full-time to make these transitions a lot easier and faster and cheaper. But more on that at another time. We don't really have time to discuss this in detail. But just know that these changes are coming with the paid services that are available through some of the marketing automation leaders in the market. So these are the 10 commandments. The next step I wanted to talk to, or the next stage I wanted to talk to you about is, as a business owner, how do you know what the right marketing automation software is for you? And really, it really depends, but the way that I look at this is it really depends on your revenue, and it depends on the commitment that you're willing to put into automation as well as the staff. There's basically 2 ways in how you can look at this. There are free services that are fantastic, but that are really limited, and they work sort of in a silo. They're not part of an overall business sales and marketing strategy. And there's also paid services. So again, it will really depend on where you are from a revenue perspective and from a staff perspective. So let's take a look at free software that is available to you. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with MailChimp, and MailChimp is an email software program that is really quite fabulous, and it's amazing that it's available for free. You can get up to 2,000 contacts, and it also provides you with reasonable reports and analytics. One of the downfalls with an email software like this is that if you're just emailing your customers and you're not providing them with valuable information on a regular basis throughout, with other educational tools on your website, you have to be very careful that this doesn't become a spam solution, and that you're doing this well. And another service that is available to you that is very good is Hubspot. And I imagine if you already have your social media channels and that you're publishing content on a regular basis, you're probably already using Hubspot. Hubspot is fantastic for social media. It offers the free service that is available. It offers basic scheduling and publishing features for free, and it does provide some analytics. So you will be able to tell to some extent, what is working and what is not working, where the traffic is coming from. But as you can see, these 2 services are very specific to what they do, but it doesn't offer, they don't necessarily offer you an overall marketing and sales strategy. So the paid services that are available, they are the best ones are Hubspot and Marketo. We are very familiar with Hubspot. We are a Hubspot partner, and we chose them over Marketo for several reasons. Let me just show you what Hubspot can do. And here's an example of some of the things that are available through the Hubspot software. It offers us search engine optimization options. Although, you probably heard this already, Google just announced that they've changed their how they calculate their the keywords. Not how they calculate keywords, but how they're using keywords. In fact, keywords are no longer relevant anymore, but remarkable content is. So this is going to be changing very soon. It's actually, the change is happening now. But with Hubspot, you're able to blog and you're able to publish social media. You're able to develop lead generation campaigns. You're able to measure lead management and track lead management. You're also able to email and automate email. And you get phenomenal marketing analytics, like Google Analytics, actually. And but you actually get even more in-depth reports. So that's why we love HubSpot, because it offers you an overall strategy. And yeah, and it is fabulous. So this, we're not really familiar with Marketo, but if you're looking for great software, these are the two that are available in the market. So how do you know if your business is ready for paid marketing automation? I mean, we, you know, this is really a tough call. You really need to figure out where you are from a sales perspective and whether or not you can afford it. If you decide to actually invest in a paid service, you need to also make sure that you have the staffing to help you to execute on the strategy. So we believe that in order for people to do this, you need to be at around 500,000 plus in sales. You need a dedicated person internally to focus on this task, or you need to be ready to hire an outside agency to help you. And you also need to have a long-term commitment from management, because one of the things that happens with inbound marketing and marketing automation is that it is a long-term commitment, and it doesn't work overnight. You build on what you sow, I guess you could say. And the more you blog, the more content you publish, the friendlier you become in the eyes of Google. And Google rewards those who freshen up their content on a regular basis and who publish content that is relevant regularly as well. So if you can do all of those two things, it does take time and an investment on your end. But if you're just a small business, you know, getting started, you know, maybe MailChimp and Hootsuite for now are some really good options that won't cost you any money. So with that in mind, I want to thank you very much. I hope that this has been informative. And if you have any questions, I'm available to answer any questions you might have.